Hey guys, welcome to my next video. Today's topic is gonna be about losing weight. So I'm gonna go through different questions such as what type of cardio you need to be doing, whether you need to be doing cardio to lose weight, what food you need to be eating, how much calories we need to be consuming, and all those type of questions people tend to have. Okay, I think it's a quite popular topic, so it might be helpful to a lot of people out there. I'm currently losing weight too, which is my current goal. So I'll tell you what I do, what I think is the most optimal, what I learned from my own experience, and some of the studies too. Let's get into it. Right, so the most important factor in order to lose weight, or let's say body fat, okay, because there are so many people on focusing on the wrong thing, okay, they focus on losing weight, which is not what we need to be focusing on. Let's say you're not gonna drink water for one day, you're gonna step on the scale tomorrow morning, you will be 1 kilo lighter, for example, but that doesn't mean you lost body fat, okay? You just lost weight, which might make you feel good temporarily, but in the long term, it's not gonna make any difference. So we need to be focusing on losing body fat, which is a little bit harder, but that should be our goal, okay? Right, guys, and the most important factor in order to lose body fat is creating some sort of deficit, okay, which means we need to be consuming less calories than our body burns during that day, okay? So we need to understand our body works in energy balance, okay, which means whenever you are consuming more calories than your body needs during that day, you will be gaining weight, okay? So let's say there's a certain number which is called calorie maintenance, which is gonna maintain your weight, okay? And that will be different from every single person, depending on your weight, how much muscle do you carry on your body, how much activities do you do, okay? So I can't tell you what the number will be for you specifically. So let's say there is a certain number which is called calorie maintenance. So whenever you are consuming more calories than your body burns during the day, you will be gaining weight, okay? Whenever you are consuming less calories, you're going in a negative energy balance, you're gonna be losing weight, okay? So we need to focus on creating negative energy balance, which is called calorie deficit. So that'll be the most important factor. And now there are two ways to do this. Let me explain. So the two ways are, you can either try to decrease the amount of food you are eating within the day, okay, which means consuming less calories than your body needs during the day, which will put you in a calorie deficit, and eventually over time that will lead to a fat loss, okay? Or the second way is we can increase our calorie output, which means doing more cardio, doing more activities. Right, now we know what we need to do in order to lose body fat, okay? So we know we need to be in a calorie deficit, okay? And we can do that by two ways: eating less calories or increasing the energy output, okay? Which means doing more cardio, for example. But we have to be very smart about it, okay? We can't just stop eating, okay? Or start doing lots of cardio, which is gonna make you think, okay, I need to be in calorie deficit, so the more I do of that, I'm gonna lose weight faster, right? Well, that's not true, because we have to understand our body adapts to everything we introduce it to. So our body is smarter than we think, therefore we have to be smart about it too. So what I would do firstly is focus purely on the food you are eating. Forget about the cardio at this stage, okay? That will come later on, okay? Use it as your tool to lose the extra fat, okay? So why would you use everything at the same time when you can use it later on and you don't have to suffer so much? So firstly, you have to create a little deficit, which means maybe eating 300 calories less than our body needs during that day. Eventually, in the long run, that will lead to a weight loss, okay? So you have to be patient about it too. You can't expect losing body fat in a day, okay? So that means create the negative energy balance, okay, for a week. See whether you are losing weight, okay, or not. And then if you're not losing any weight in a week, then maybe you can create a little bit more negative energy balance, which means decrease the flow of food a little bit more. But do it step by step, okay? Don't just decrease your food drastically, because if you just decrease your food more and more and more, over time you're just gonna feel like shit, okay? So we need the food. So firstly, focus on the food. Right, and the next step will be adding the cardio, okay? So let's say you've been in a calorie deficit with purely our diet for a couple of weeks, let's say, then we have seen progress in reduction of weight, losing body fat, then will be a good time to introduce the cardio, okay? But then again, remember guys, do it step by step. So what I would do, or what I would advise you to do, add for example 20 minutes of cardio 3 times a week, okay? Now what will happen is we've been previously in a calorie deficit with our food, okay? And now we'll be creating more negative energy balance with the energy output, which will lead reduction of weight, okay? So let's say we've been adding the cardio for the first week, you should be seeing results, okay, if you have been consistent with your food and the calories you are eating, okay? So you will be dropping some weight, and then you will be adding the cardio more and more the week after week, okay? So the second week, what we can do, we can increase the cardio to 4 times a week, okay? So 20 minutes 4 times a week, or what you can do, make the 20 minutes 30 minutes 3 times a week, okay? Again, you will be increasing your energy output, which means you will be creating more of that deficit, which will lead to reduction of your weight, okay? So remember guys, do it step by step, okay? Right guys, so that's everything from me. I hope you have the idea and you understand the concept of losing weight, or let's say losing body fat, okay? So that was the main concept, and I'll be going into more detail on what type of cardio we need to be doing, what type of food you need to be eating, what macronutrients ratio we need in our diet for a better effective fat loss, okay, and so on. So there are more things into losing body fat, okay? The more detailed we are, the more specific we are, the more chance on losing body fat, okay, which means better results. So yeah guys, what I gave you is purely the best possible scenario to lose body fat, but now I understand there might be different people having having different time goals to reach their goals, okay? So if there is someone who wants to lose their weight in 4 weeks, they have only 4 weeks or 3 weeks to their holiday, let's say, then okay, you can do cardio and decrease the food at the same time, okay? If you have a short time of reaching your goals, okay? But what I'm giving you is the best possible scenario for long-term results, okay? So I hope you understand this guys, and as I said, I'm gonna be doing more videos in the future about the topic, and yeah, I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.